mewakili Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Peguam Negara.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya YC Leong hadir bagi pihak Majlis Peguam Malaysia.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Terence Lee mewakili Jawatan Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan juga Selangor.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk berucap dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Yeah.
Yang Arif, if I may introduce the petitioner, Leong Wei Jin. The petitioner was born and raised in Klang and is the youngest child of Mr. Leong Yu Man and Miss Yao Ai Ling, who I'm told is also watching these proceedings today and sharing this joyous occasion with their daughter. The petitioner completed her law degree at Cardiff University, where she graduated with a second-class upper. The petitioner went on to pursue the bar professional training course at Cardiff and obtained the grade of competent. It was during the bar course that she was exposed to the practical aspects of law, from advocacy classes to drafting and opinion writing. It was then and only then that she says the practice of law first began to intrigue her. Upon completion of her bar, the petitioner went on to commence pupillage at Peter Ling & Co. under the tutelage of Miss Amelia Van Burl. Today, the petitioner wishes to first and foremost express her utmost gratitude to her parents, who she says were both there to endure every tantrum, and wipe every tear that inevitably comes with the arduous and sometimes frustrating process of pupillage. The petitioner would also like to thank her brother, Aaron, who she lovingly describes as overprotective, and who she says has always supported and stood by her unconditionally, regardless of her achievements. The petitioner is also extremely grateful to a pupil master, Miss Amelia, who has guided the petitioner through a pupillage process with patience and kindness. The petitioner thanks her master for never restricting her desire to learn and her constant indulgence of the petitioner's queries. The petitioner would also like to record her thanks to Mr. Peter Douglas Ling, who has allowed her to undergo pupillage at his esteemed firm and has shown her what it means to be a leader as opposed to a boss. The petitioner thanks Peter for being a constant reminder that to lead is to serve. The petitioner would also like to extend her gratitude to her associates at her firm, namely Lovery, Nisha, and Ivor, for being her comrade in arms in the everyday battles that are unavoidable reality in legal practice. She says the deadlines and translations would have been unbearable without their constant support and occasional venting sessions. Finally, the petitioner would like to thank her close friends, Fiona, Jean, Elika, Weera, Ivan, and Cheryl. Their friendship is something the petitioner will never take for granted. Yang Arif, in anticipation of moving the petitioner's call, I had the pleasure of meeting the petitioner and speaking to her about her journey through her degree, bar school, and pupillage. She strikes me as a highly intelligent, tactful, and principled young lady. I've also had the pleasure of working alongside both her pupil master, Amelia, and the firm's principal partner, Peter, both of whom I know to be of exceptional caliber and of sterling integrity. Having read in the chambers of both these individuals, and under the guidance of both these esteemed individuals, and armed with the desire to learn and to serve, I believe she is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. Yang Arif, saya percaya Pempetisyen adalah seorang yang berkelayakan untuk diterima masuk dan didaftarkan sebagai seorang peguam bela dan peguam cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Saya juga percaya bahawa semua surat cara adalah teratur. Saya percaya bahawa tiada bantahan daripada badan-badan berkenaan.
Tiada bantahan, ya, Arif?
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Yang Arif, saya dengan segala hormatnya memohon agar Pempetisyen diterima masuk dan didaftarkan sebagai peguam bela dan peguam cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Baik, Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Cik Leong Wei Jin sebagai peguam bela dan peguam cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan supaya nama Cik Leong Wei Jin dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Terima kasih, Yang Arif. Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran Mahkamah Yang Mulia untuk pempetisyen menjubahkan diri sendirinya.
Silakan Cik Leong Wei Jin.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Yes.
Petisyen kedua WA 18-253-02-2020 Pempetisyen Chong Ki Jia.
Yang Arif, saya Chong Kerja, Pempetisyen kedua.
Ya.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Living Wai pengusul bagi pempetisyen kedua, M2. Dengan izin Yang Arif, mohon kebenaran untuk meneruskan ujian dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Ya, dibenarkan.
My lady, your petitioner Chong Kia Chia only known to her friend as Kailin, and she was born in Para and raised in a small town called Sitiawan. She's the eldest son of my lady. This is her words. The first lawyer in her family. On this memorable day, she would like to thank her good friends from high school to university for sharing her tears, laughter since her legal adventure started. Last but not least, she would like to especially thank Mr. Tony Tay for giving her constant support throughout this journey. My lady, I have actually known for Mr. Yi Kun Ching for the past 26 years. And to me, Mr. Yi Kun Ching, a person who with integrity and trustworthy. And in this legal practice, we need people like Mr. Yi with integrity and trustworthy to uphold our legal professions. My lady, I believe that the petitioner is fit and proper person to be admitted as a law and advocate and solicitor of High Court of Malaya. And I believe that the papers are in order. And I believe that the Haji Chamber, Bar Council, and Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee have no objections.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Ada bantahan Yang Arif.
Yang Arif, dengan izin saya mohon your petitioners M2.
Sorry Arif, tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Sebentar Cik Lai. Cik Elba belum bagi lagi apa-apa kebenaran.
Mohon.
Dengan izinnya Arif, tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Baik, terima kasih.
Dengan izin Arif, mohon your petition diterima sebagai Peguam Cara dan Peguam Bela Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Cik Chong Kerja sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan supaya nama Cik Chong Kerja dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Dengan izin Arif, mohon your petitioner dijubahkan dengan sendiri.
Silakan Cik Chong Kerja.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Pertama.
Masuk baik.
Petisyen ketiga WA 18-325-02-2020 Pempetisyen Amirul Rashidin bin Alauddin.
Yang izin Arif, saya Amirul Rashidin bin Alauddin, petisyen ketiga ya Arif.
Ya.
Dengan izin Ya Arif, saya Mausa Zadin Ya Arif, Peguam pengusul bagi pempetisyen Ya Arif.
Ya, boleh sila teruskan
Arif,
Cik Noh.
izinkan saya mulakan Ya Arif. Ya Arif, pempetisyen pada hari ini merupakan seorang anak jati Selangor yang dilahirkan pada 20 Julai 1996 dan merupakan anak sulung daripada 4 orang adik-beradik Ya Arif. Pempetisyen ini memulakan pembelajaran awalnya di Sekolah Rendah Agama Integrasi Seksyen 19, Shah Alam dan seterusnya ke Sekolah Menengah Agama Ma'had Hamidiyah Kajang. Yang Arif, saya juga difahamkan yang mana beliau mendapatkan ijazah undang-undangnya di Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia pada tahun 2019. Pemetisyen ini merupakan seorang yang aktif, ya Arif, dan juga pelibatan ketika di peringkat universiti juga amat merangsangkan, ya Arif, dan telah pun mewakili universiti dalam beberapa acara dan juga mendapat kemenangan di dalam pertandingan-pertandingan yang tersebut. Juga beliau terlibat di dalam menjadi AJK di Kolej Kediaman beliau. Ya Arif, pemetisyen ini telah pun memulakan latihan dalam kamar di bawah bimbingan Encik Ashraf Mahdiah, di bawah firma guaman Ashraf Al-Hizan Associate. Dan di kesempatan ini, ya Arif, pemetisyen ini merakamkan ucapan ribuan terima kasih kepada individu yang telah memberikan dorongan serta bimbingan kepada beliau hingga ke hari ini. Pertama sekali, ibu dan bapa beliau, iaitu Encik Alauddin bin Ahmad dan juga Puan Rosni binti Julis, yang juga sama melihat prosiding pada hari ini. Dan beliau mengucapkan rasa syukur kepada kedua bapanya yang sentiasa menyokong dan menyiasati pemetisyen dalam mengatasi segala cabaran dan kekangan sehinggalah ke hari ini. Tidak lupa juga kesempatan ini beliau merakamkan ucapan penghargaan kepada kenalan yakni Anis, Faisal, Zahid, Syafiq, Wan Amir dan Nizam yang sentiasa menjadi tulang belakang kepada pemetisyen. Seterusnya, ya Arif, di kesempatan ini juga pemetisyen merakamkan penghargaan juga penghormatan yang tertinggi kepada master beliau iaitu Encik Muhammad Ashraf yang telah pun memberikan tunjuk ajar serta teladan contoh yang baik kepada pemetisyen dalam tempoh 9 bulan tempoh chambering yang tersebut. Selanjutnya, pemetisyen juga amat menghargai setiap jasa, nasihat, bimbingan dan sokongan yang diberikan oleh semua peguam dan kaki tangan di firma Ashraf Al-Hizan dan Associates. Yang Arif, saya juga sendiri pernah di-assist dengan oleh pemetisyen ini. Saya dapati beliau seorang yang amat diligent dengan izinnya Arif dan adalah seorang yang amat layak untuk diterima masuk Mendaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara. Seterusnya, ya Arif, saya juga percaya bahawa segala kertas-kertas pemetisyen adalah teratur dan saya juga percaya tiada bantahan daripada mana-mana pihak.
Tiada bantahan, ya Arif?
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Yang Arif, dengan rendah diri, saya memohon kepada pihak Mahkamah yang mulia ini supaya menerima masuk dan mendaftaraikan pemetisyen sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Baiklah, Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Encik Amirul Rashidin bin Alauddin sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan supaya nama Encik Amirul Rashidin bin Alauddin dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Terima kasih, ya Arif. Seterusnya, ya Arif, saya memohon kebenaran Mahkamah yang mulia untuk membenarkan pemetisyen menjubahkan dirinya sendiri.
Silakan Encik Amirul Rashidin bin Alauddin.
Terima kasih, Arif.
Terima kasih, ya Arif.
Petisyen keempat WA 1859032020. Pempetisyen Wang Hui Hua.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Wang Hui Hua, pempetisyen keempat.
Yang izin Arif, saya Tan Tai Hua, Peguam pengusul bagi pihak Pempetisyen keempat Cik Wang Hui Hua. Tarikh, rakan-rakan dari badan-badan yang berkenaan yang telah memperkenalkan mereka kepada Mahkamah yang mulia. Tarikh, jadi saya mohon kebenaran untuk meneruskan prosiding ini dalam bahasa Inggeris
Ya, dibenarkan.
With leave, my lady, may I introduce your humble petitioner, Ms. Wong Hui Hua, to this honorable court. My lady, your humble petitioner was born on the 7th of October 1996 and raised in Puchong, Selangor until 2016, but later moved to Johor Bahru. She is the second child of Mr. Wong Ping Biao and Madam Chua Ching Yi. Your humble petitioner read law in Brickfields Asia College and completed her third year in University of Liverpool. She then returned to Malaysia and pursued certificate in legal practice, which she completed in year 2019. Thereafter, your humble petitioner commenced her pupillage in Messrs. SN Farm and Co. under the tutelage of my learned friend, Ms. Freda Santiago. During her pupillage, your humble petitioner was given the opportunity to acquire exposure in numerous areas of law under the guidance of Master. My lady, on this special occasion, the petitioner would like to take this opportunity to thank a few people. First and foremost, your humble petitioner wishes to thank her parents for their unwavering love and support throughout the toughest journey that she had undertaken. Her parents have never failed her by providing mental and financial support to the petitioner throughout these years. No words can describe how grateful she is for having such supportive and understanding parents. Their unconditional love has shaped her into the person she is today. Next, the petitioner would like also to thank her siblings Hui Jing and Zheng Jian for having always been there to give her strength and being a pillar of support. Throughout 9 months of full dedication and commitment to the firm, she would like to record her most gratitude and appreciations for her pupil master, Ms. Freda, for her unceasing guidance and invaluable advice. She would also like to thank her colleagues at Messrs. Farm and Co., especially Ms. Amanda and Ms. Carmen, for their patience, guidance, and advice in life and work and going through the good and bad days together. Yarif, the petitioner would also like to thank all her good friends from high school to university for sharing her tears and laughter and also encouragement since her legal adventure started. Last but not least, the petitioner would also like to thank Wei Hao for giving her constant support throughout this journey. Maka dengan ini yang Arif, saya sesungguhnya percaya bahawa Pempetisyen adalah seorang yang sesuai dan berkelayakan serta menepati semua syarat di bawah Seksyen 11 tentang Undang-Undang 1976 untuk diterima masuk dan diterima sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Jadi saya juga dipahamkan bahawa rakan-rakan dari semua badan pembinaan tiada bantahan terhadap petisyen ini.
Ada bantahan ya, Arif?
Tiada bantahan ya, Arif.
Tiada bantahan yang Arif.
Justru yang saya dengar rendah diri memohon supaya Pempetisyen Cik Wong Hui Hua diterima masuk oleh Mahkamah yang mulia ini sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan namanya didaftaraikan sedemikian oleh pendaftar. Mohon diperkenankan.
Baik, Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Cik Wong Hui Hua sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan supaya nama Cik Wong Hui Hua dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Terima kasih, Arif. Arif, dengan praktik norma baru, saya memohon supaya Mahkamah yang mulia ini membenarkan Pempetisyen memakaikan jubahnya sendiri.
Silakan Cik Wong Hui Hua.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima kasih, Arif.
Petisyen kelima WA 18-595-05-2020, Pempetisyen Liu Shijin.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Tan Kian Seng, hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Cik Liu Shijin bersama rakan-rakan bijaksana saya dari Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang diperkenalkan sebelum ini. Saya pohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan ucapan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Much obliged, my lady. My lady, the petitioner Li Shujin was born on 28 August 1996 in Perak, Ipoh, and was raised in Petaling Jaya with her 4 siblings. The petitioner is the youngest of 4 siblings and the younger sibling to her twin sister. The petitioner obtained her Bachelor of Laws degree from University of London in 2018 and successfully obtained her Certificate of Legal Practice in 2019, both in her first sitting. In May 2020, the petitioner commenced her pupillage with Mrs. Thomas Phillip under the tutelage of Matthew Thomas Phillip and her master Tanji Jun. The petitioner would like to thank Matthew Thomas Phillip for giving her a multitude of opportunities during her pupillage with Thomas Phillip, which included publishing articles on the Malaysian Litigator website that has helped many law students like the petitioner, as well as the public, gain a better understanding of the law. The petitioner also expresses her sincere gratitude to the present mover, I guess that's me, for moving her call to the bar and giving her wise advice and guidance during their prior advocacy trainings together. The petitioner wishes to take this opportunity to firstly thank her family, aunts, uncles, and cousins for their unconditional support. In particular, the petitioner owes gratitude to Madam Karen Lim, her mother and trusted confidant, for supporting her throughout her legal studies, as the petitioner would not have the privilege of standing before the bar today without her sacrifices. Miss Jun Liu, her twin sister and best friend, for being her rock and comfort in every circumstance, celebrating her successes and propping her in her setbacks by making her coffee. It's very important, my lady, reminding her to do her best and not to compare her journey with others. Mr. Sean Liu and Stephen Liu, her brothers, for their unfailing love and guidance. Miss Veronica, her mentor, for her counsel and encouragement. The petitioner thanks her fellow colleagues at Thomas Phillip for their unfailing support and candid advice. Her supervising associates and mentors, Jason Yong, Jason Cheong, Henzhen, Yap Shermin, Rachel Chong, Ivan Francis, and Natalie Key for imparting their knowledge and wisdom throughout her pupillage. Her colleagues Sean Tan, Pravina, Iyas, and Michelle Chiu, her pupil mates Nicole, Jocelyn, and Sarah for making her pupillage a memorable and meaningful experience. The petitioner would lastly like to record her gratitude to her friends, the group called and I quote, my lady, the Fun Friends, Sui Chang, Wei Wen, and Ian Lee, who never failed to celebrate her triumphs with cake and beer, and for sharing their insight as they embark on life together. My lady, I personally had the opportunity to observe and work with the petitioner in the past, and I recall noting that some of the greatest assets the petitioner has are her perseverance and strong determination to keep pushing forward. And I can honestly say this, my lady, she did not strike me as someone who would back down just because things got tough. In fact, from what I recall, she is the type of person who would dig deep and fight back even harder. And that's what I think are traits that will serve her well in practice. Young Arif, I believe all the papers are in order and that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I inquire whether my learned friends from the AGC, Bar Council, and the KL Bar would have any objections to this petition.
Ada bantahan, Yang Arif?
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Much obliged to my learned friends. My lady, I humbly pray for this honorable court to admit and enroll the petitioner, Ms. Liu Shijin, as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Cik Liu Shijin sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya, dan juga memerintahkan supaya nama Cik Liu Shijin dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Much obliged. Saya memohon kebenaran untuk pihak pempetisyen Cik Liu Shijin untuk mengarungkan jubahnya sendiri.
Silakan Cik Liu Shijin.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Much obliged, Yang Arif.
Petisyen ke-6 WA18-1327-08-2019, Pempetisyen Yogis-Varen anak lelaki Kumaraguru.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Yogis-Varen, Pempetisyen ke-6.
Ya, Cik Chandra, please unmute yourself. Alright.
My apologies, Yang Arif. Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya C.S. Perumal. Saya adalah Peguam pengusul yang mewakili Pempetisyen ke-6, Yogis-Varen Kumaraguru, bersama-sama dengan rakan terpelajar saya dari Pejabat Peguam Negara, Malaysian Bar Council dan Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee. Dengan izin Yang Arif, mohon kebenaran untuk berucap dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Ya, dibenarkan.
Yang Arif, I seek leave to say a few words to introduce the petitioner. The petitioner obtained his law degree with second-class honours from the University of London. The petitioner had pursued the external program of the University of London as a part-time student from 1992 to 1994. He then completed the certificate in legal practice in 1997. The petitioner read in chambers of Messrs. Eric and Company as a pupil under the mastership of my learned friend Mr. Eric Anthony Gnanapragasan. The petitioner was exposed mainly to civil litigation and conveyancing matters under the guidance of his master, Mr. Eric Anthony Gnanapragasan. Prior to obtaining the law degree, the petitioner had also obtained a bachelor's degree in arts, majoring in economics from the University of Malaya in 1980. Further, the petitioner had also obtained a postgraduate diploma and a master's in arts degree, majoring in economics, both from Manchester University, United Kingdom, in 1995 and 1996, respectively. The petitioner had served as an administrative and diplomatic officer in the Malaysian Civil Service beginning from 1981 until his compulsory retirement in mid-2018. During this period, he served in various ministries such as the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Finance, and after which he served in the Economic Planning Unit of the Prime Minister's Department for 27 years. During his service in the Economic Planning Unit, he rose to the rank of Deputy Director General in 2012, and in 2017 he was appointed as the Secretary General of the Ministry of Primary Commodities until his retirement. Yang Arif, the petitioner had lived up to the time-honored saying, "Ask not what your country can do for you, rather ask what you can do for your country." And in recognition of his exemplary service to the nation, he has been honored and bestowed with 2 Datoships. Upon retirement, the petitioner decided to complete his aspiration to become an advocate and solicitor and undertook to complete his pupillage, and he aspires to continue contributing to society and the nation in his capacity as an advocate and solicitor. Yang Arif, On this occasion, the petitioner would like to dedicate this moment to his late parents, who had been a source of inspiration to him. The petitioner also takes the opportunity to thank Mr. Ravindra Kumar, an ex-deputy superintendent of police, a close friend and currently an advocate and solicitor, who had encouraged him to pursue his pupillage and join the legal profession as a member of the Malaysian Bar. The petitioner further wishes to record his special appreciation and gratitude to his pupil master, Mr. Eric Anthony Gnanapragasam, who had guided him and imparted his knowledge and shared his wisdom and experience with the petitioner. Yang Arif, with this, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I also believe that the petitioner's papers are in order and my learned friends representing the Honorable Attorney General's Chambers, the Malaysian Bar Council and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee have no objection to this motion.
We have no objection, Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Much obliged, my learned friends. Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon perintah seperti yang dipohon supaya Pempetisyen diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Datuk Yogeshwaran, anak lelaki Kumara Guru sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan supaya nama Datuk Yogeshwaran, anak lelaki Kumara Guru dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Dengan izin, Yang Arif, pohon mahkamah untuk Pempetisyen menjubahkan diri sendiri.
Silakan Datuk Yogeshwaran, anak lelaki Kumara Guru.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Petisyen ke-7 WA 18-2186-12-2019 Pempetisyen Megan Lee Sian Yu.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Megan Lee Sian Yu, Pempetisyen ke-7.
Ya.
Saya adalah peguam pengusul yang mewakili Pempetisyen Megan Lee Sian Yue pada hari ini. Dan rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang turut hadir pada hari ini adalah wakil daripada Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur seperti yang telah diperkenalkan tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, sebelum saya meneruskan ucapan saya meminta kebenaran mahkamah supaya membenarkan saya berucap dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Ya, dibenarkan.
Much obliged, my lady. My lady, may I introduce the petitioner, Megan Lee Sian Yue. The petitioner was born in Kuala Lumpur on the 27th August 1997. Tandina. The petitioner set her mind to pursue a law degree after studying law as a subject during her pre-university education at Stanway College. The petitioner read law at Cardiff University, where she graduated with the first class honour in the year of 2018. In 2019, the petitioner successfully completed the bar professional training course at Cardiff University and further obtained the certificate of standing conferred by the Honourable Society of the Middle Temple. Thereafter, Yang Arif, the petitioner commenced her pupillage in Messrs. Lai and Associates under the tutelage of Mr. Lai Tak Seng. On this memorable day, the petitioner would like to seize this opportunity to express a sincere and utmost gratitude to her parents who had worked so hard to give the petitioner and her younger brother a good education. The petitioner would like to thank her mother, who is her role model and who instilled in her this her father, who always silently sacrifices for her and dotes on her. Yang Arif, the petitioner would also like to thank her parents for their unwavering love and support. Without them, the petitioner would not have been able to attain her achievements today. The petitioner would also like to thank her younger brother for holding the fort at home while she was busy and away in her studies and throughout the duration of her pupillage. The petitioner would also like to thank her pupil master, my learned friend Mr. Lai Tak Singh, for his guidance, utmost patience and knowledge sharing throughout her pupillage periods. Throughout her 9 months of pupillage, the petitioner was given plenty of opportunity to learn and explore what it takes to be a litigation lawyer. The petitioner's pupil master has given her many valuable experiences from which not only had the petitioner learned lessons about the law, but also very important lessons in life. While assisting her pupils at different levels of courts in Selangor, Kuala Lumpur, and Putrajaya, the petitioner is thankful for all the kind people and court staff who provided her with help and guidance during those visits. The petitioner is grateful to the partners, lawyers, clerk, and accounts lady, and all her colleagues in line and associates for making her pupillage experience such a memorable one. Yang Arif, last but not least, the petitioner appreciation goes to all her friends and the special one who was always by her side whenever she felt lost throughout his challenging journeys. The petitioner is blessed for all the support she has received. Yang Arif, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaysia. And I also believe that the petitioner papers are all in order and all my learned friends have no objection to this.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Counsel has no objection, Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Much obliged. And as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaysia, Malaya.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Cik Megan Lee Shen Yu sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan supaya nama Cik Megan Lee Shen Yu dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Much obliged, Yang Arif. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya seterusnya memohon kebenaran mahkamah untuk pempetisyen menjubahkan dirinya sendiri.
Silakan Cik Megan Lee Shen Yu.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Ya.
Much obliged, Yang Arif.
Yes.
Dengan ini, saya menjemput Yang Arif Hakim untuk memberikan ucapan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat pagi semua. Peguam Persekutuan, Tuan Ahmad Faiz bin Razali, Wakil Yang Berhormat Peguam Negara Malaysia, Encik Leong Yu Chow, Wakil Majlis Peguam Malaysia, dan Encik Terence Lee Rohui, Wakil Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan juga Selangor. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sekalian, saya mengucapkan syabas dan tahniah kepada semua pempetisyen yang telah berjaya diterima masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Pada hari yang bersejarah ini, anda semua telah menjadikan ibu bapa anda sebagai orang paling bertuah kerana dapat melihat kejayaan yang anda capai atas pengorbanan mereka yang tiada batasnya. Moga anda semua menghargai dan tidak melupai segala jasa ibu bapa yang telah membawa kepada kejayaan anda. Begitu jugalah kepada ahli keluarga, sahabat handai dan guru-guru yang telah memberi sokongan padu kepada semua pempetisyen hingga berjaya ke saat ini. Sebagai peguam-peguam pengajar, iaitu master, pastinya mereka juga berasa bangga melihat kemampuan dan kebolehan anda dalam tempoh 9 bulan berada di bawah latihan peguam-peguam pengajar. Syabas kerana telah memberi tunjuk ajar dan mendedahkan semua pempetisyen kepada realiti profession ini. Ada kalanya, kebolehan seseorang pempetisyen itu boleh dilihat sedari awal lagi berdasarkan apa yang diajar oleh peguam pengajarnya. Jika baik ajarannya, maka baiklah hasilnya. Jika tidak, maka anda masih perlu mencari apa yang terbaik untuk anda secara bersendirian. Dalam keadaan yang serba mencabar sekarang ini, saya berharap semua pempetisyen telah bersiap sedia menghadapinya dan berusaha untuk mengatasinya. Seterusnya, saya akan berucap dalam bahasa Inggeris. One of the fundamental responsibilities of an advocate is to maintain the highest professional standard of integrity and competence at all times. In order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure. It takes years of experience to a skillful advocate. The road is long with many winding turns. The truth is, await you are many more years of dedicated hard work and sleepless nights, long hours, clients' demands, changing laws, deadlines, and other demands make practice of law one of the most stressful jobs out there. Sometimes the schedule can be extremely unpredictable. So in order to achieve success, apart from ability, strong determination and firm commitment are required. I would like to emphasize that it is not just the intellectual skill that comes with work at the bar, but also the integrity which should be inherent in lawyers as officers of the court. On a daily basis, in the functioning of the courts, the legal profession plays a pivotal role, for lawyers not only carries his professional duties he is trained for towards his client, he also assumes a role in safeguarding the sanctity of the legal system, for to do otherwise would be detrimental to its proper functioning. A lawyer needs to ensure that he performs his role well when dealing with the court. A lawyer who is well prepared with his case will smoothen the court process. It is also my hope that young lawyers take cognizance about legal ethics, for it reflects this profession. Be mindful of your speech and behavior and do not tarnish these professions as you like. Read and understand the Act, regulations and rules related to this profession to ensure that every lawyer knows about their rights and limitations in the administrations of justice. As young lawyer, try to learn from a more senior, the more experienced one. Find time and observe how they handle cases with maturity, wisdom, and prudence. This will indirectly help you when handling cases, especially the type of cases, applicable laws, as well as advocacy skills. Observe the ethics and legal responsibilities in order to instill public confidence towards this profession. In all cases, it is a shared responsibility between the bar and the judiciary to uphold the rule of law and to ensure that the justice system is served in transparent and fair manner. I am confident that you will strive to achieve distinction in the pursuit of your career, and towards this course, be respectful of the bench, the bar, your clients, adversaries in court, and everyone that you come into contact with. Mutual respect must be maintained and observed. Akhir sekali, saya berharap semua pempetisyen menjadi peguam yang berdisiplin tinggi, berintegriti, dan beretika dalam menjalankan tugas yang diamanahkan kepada anda. Pertingkatkan kebolehan dan pengetahuan anda agar anda dikagumi dan dipandang hebat di dalam profesi ini. Semoga anda berjaya dan terus berjaya di dalam profesi ini. Sekian, terima kasih dan mahkamah ditangguhkan.
Selamat bangun.